What's up guys, my name is Byron and I'm gonna show you guys how to cook some red pozole rojo. So this is a Mexican style pozole. What we need right here is boneless chicken. I have like 1.5 pounds, I believe. It's enough for, you could say 4 to 6 people. It depends, you know. And I have some onion, which is a full onion right here, some garlic. I have some salt, pepper, ground cumin, comino, some bay leaves, oregano, chile de árbol. I have some chile pasilla, and you can find these at any Mexican supermarket. And then we have chile guajillo, and then we have the most important ingredient, which is the hominy. This is Juanita's Foods hominy. The reason why I like it is because it's pre-cooked already. So you just add it on there, and basically when the pozole is already boiling, it'll be soft for you already. So let me show you guys how to make this pozole. All right, so first things first, we're gonna grab our onions and we're pretty much gonna toss them in a good sized pan. I did not fill the pan all the way up. I just kind of filled a quarter. I don't know if you could see it, but we're gonna add our onions. We're gonna add our garlic. We're gonna put 2 little squares of North Suiza, which is a caldo de pollo. This is pretty famous. This is what adds a lot of the flavor to it. So just please make sure you add 2 of them. And then we're gonna add the chicken. So the chicken, you wanna make sure that it cooks 100%. And what I mean by that, you wanna be able to shred it after it's done, okay? So you wanna boil your water before you add it. And then it usually takes, I don't know, anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. Mine was frozen, so it's gonna take a little bit longer, okay? We'll be back with that. Another thing you're going to add is going to be a little bit of salt. This one's pink Himalayan salt. I mean, you can use any salt that you prefer, but I don't know, I just like this one. And it's just a little bit al tanteo, like my grandma says. All right, then we're gonna add a little bit of pepper. Same thing, just a little bit. All right guys, so now we have to make the salsa roja, which is what you're gonna add on to the pozole in order to add all that flavor. So first we have this chile guajillo. If I'm not mistaken, chile guajillo is for the color. It adds a certain flavor to it, but what really adds the spiciness or a little bit more of the flavor, it's called chile pasilla and a little bit of the chile de árbol, okay? So this is what we have to do. We have to open up our bag. And then, like I said, we're only doing for around 6 people, you could say. So you don't need a crazy amount of it, but I really like the color, so I like adding a little bit more to mine. So I would do a fair amount in order for the color to be really rich and red. And then this is what's gonna add a little bit of the spiciness and flavor as well. So a little bit less on this side, just so you can kind of get an idea. And then I add a little bit of the chiles de árbol in order to get that spiciness in there, okay guys? So this is what we have to do. First, we have to hydrate the chiles. So you're gonna add them on. You put it on low, and then you add it on to the water. You're gonna boil them. And then while that's over there, you have to take off all the seeds from inside. So you pretty much just open it and then toss the seeds. If you do leave a lot of seeds, what happens is that it gets a little bit on the sour side, if I'm not wrong. So just try to do your best to get them all out, okay? So we do have all our chiles right here. We have the guajillo, the pasilla, and a couple of the California chiles de árbol. All right guys, so one of the first things we have to do is the chicken's already boiling, so we have to remove this fat that kind of concentrates on the top. So always remove that. So it's time to make the salsa. So what you need to do after your chiles are down boiling, mine are, is try to grab a big spoon with pretty much the holes on the bottom, so all the water kind of like leak out. You don't really want this water, and I'll show you right now what I mean. So let's add all these chiles into the licuadora. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our blender to the side. We're gonna take the onions from the chicken and we're gonna add them onto the blender. This is gonna add more flavor to the sauce as well. We're gonna grab pretty much all the onion and the garlic that's in here. So just gotta find the garlic. Here it is. Cool. Then what you want to do is you want to grab a little bit of the chicken soup, chicken water, chicken whatever you want to call it, and add it to your mixer. And this is how we're gonna actually blend the sauce. Is add a little bit more of the chicken broth, chicken soup, chicken whatever you want to call it, to make it a little bit more on the liquid side. Right, so this is how the chili paste is gonna come out. You want it to be blended like extremely well, so make sure you take your time. We're not gonna add it yet. We're actually gonna take out that chicken so we could shred it. We're gonna add the hominy, but first we have to wash it. So make sure that you guys wash it prior to dumping it inside the pozole. So we're gonna put this to the side, and then we're gonna run water through it. We're gonna take out the chicken. Add the hominy. Right, so what we want to do to add a little bit more seasoning to this is we want to add a little bit more salt. Just a tiny bit. I tasted it and it was okay. Just needed a little bit more. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more pepper. We're gonna add some oregano straight to it. On the oregano part, I do add quite a bit of it just because it does add a very rich flavor to it. So make sure you are generous. I would say it's equivalent to like a teaspoon and a half. And again, bring down the heat to low. I'm at a couple of bay leaves. And then last, I'm gonna add some cumin. Comino, same thing. I would say a teaspoon to add the flavor to it, and then we're gonna mix it gently. Like I said, you could literally see the color come in. All right, at this point, we have shredded the chicken. You do not need to shred it extremely small pieces, you know. This would literally be good enough. It's, I mean, pretty nice chunks. I like it like this. I mean, it's up to your preference, but we are gonna add the chicken. Again, you're gonna set this at low. What you wanna do is you wanna let it soak in all that flavor. And I would leave it 40 minutes to an hour in order for it to grab all that amazing flavor. Extra sauce. At this point, we're gonna make that extra sauce that I was talking about. And pretty much all it's gonna take is I'm gonna add a little bit of habanero for the spiciness, a little bit of the chiles de árbol. I don't know, it's like 15 of them. And then we're gonna add a little bit of onion as well. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna cut the onions. You don't need to cut them super fine. We're gonna throw them in some oil. And then make sure it's on low. You don't want this to burn. This is gonna be the extra sauce. Then what we're gonna do is you're gonna add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And this is for the taste. I'm gonna grab our magic bullet, pozole juice in there. Oh man. Magic bullet. And what we are going to do is, you don't need a lot, you just need enough. This is how we're gonna make that separate sauce. All right, this is the color you want it to come out. Looks very nice, very rich. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna let it cool down for a bit, okay? So we're just gonna set it aside. And again, keep it on low, keep it covered. Let all this flavor soak in the chicken, in the hominy, and we'll leave it there for an hour. We'll be back and see how this comes out. And it looks freaking amazing, but guess what? It tastes even better. So we're about to serve it up because we're actually having this for dinner. And just a few things that I would recommend you to have is cabbage, limes, a little bit more of oregano, that sauce I made on the side. All right guys, this is the final result. What we do is I like adding a little bit of cabbage, all right? And then a little bit of the sauce with habanero, just a tiny bit. And then squeeze half a lime and enjoy. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please drop a like and comment what you would like me to make next.